always the same function. Let fx is equal to sin x, the first function. Your first duty will be to let fx as by sin x. Okay? Can you please let me know? Therefore, f of x plus h equals to what? Sin of x plus, talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Now, d by dx fx, it has a formula. D by dx fx, it has a formula. Write down the formula. Limit h tends to be 0, f of x plus h minus fx by. Every math has these parts. These three parts are common for every math. Please talk to me.
তাহলে স্যার ম্যাথ না দেখেই আগে শুরুতেই 3 স্টেপ লিখে নেওয়া যাবে?
You're right. Okay, now you put the value. What is the value of fx? Talk to me. What is the value of fx?
sin x.
Sin x.
Write down. Then limit h tends to be 0. What is the value of f of x plus h?
Sin of x plus h.
Write down. What is the value of fx?
Sin x.
Sin x. Now, in the numerator, we get the formula. What is the formula? Limit h tends to be 0. What is the formula? Sin c minus sin d. 2 cos, let me know. 2 cos c plus d by 2, right? C, this is c plus d by 2. Then sin c minus d by 2. This is c minus d by 2. Can you please tell me if you have failed to understand? Nothing I did. I have just put into formula. Sin c minus sin d. 2 cos c plus d by 2. Sin c minus d by 2. Okay? Is it okay to all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now we can write just calculation. Limit h tends to be 0. 2 cosine. What will be here?
2x plus h by 2.
Okay, write down. 2x plus by 2. Then it is
2 into h by 2.
sin.
Oh, sorry.
Sin h by 2.
By.
H.
Now you see, we can write here limit h by 2. Limit h by 2 tends to be 0. Sin h by 2. You try to understand. This 2 has been taken here. Now, if I get multiplication and it is inverse, that 2 will be in the numerator. Have you seen? This 2 is this 2. Is it? into limit h tends to be 0 cosine cosine 2x plus h by 2. Have you got it or not? Since h tends to be 0, therefore h by 2 tends to be 0. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
This 2 is this 2. Now you see, it is 1 and there put the value of h equals to 0. Then what will be the result? If h equals to 0, we get cosine x. So we have got by first principle that differentiation of sine x is equal to cosine x. Talk to me. Is it okay to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Now, yes.
ওই যে সেকেন্ড লাইনের যে লিখলেন x plus h মানে f of x plus h স্যার সাইডে কি সাইড নোট দেওয়া লাগবে না where h tends to 0?
No, nothing. Everything is okay. Is it? Everything is okay. Now you see another math. Another math for cosine x. Write down. All of you are required to write down. Cosine
I
x.
find it impulsive and excited. It needs to my
Now do a math of cosine x. Cosine x.
Let me just do shift.
প্রত্যাশা মিউট করো।
Hello everybody. So now we are going to do a math to find the differentiation of or find the derivative. It is called also derivative of cosine x by first principle. So what will we do? We'll get here cosine x, right? Okay. We'll get here cosine x. Write down. We will get here cosine x. We will get here cosine x. We will get here cosine x. Up to this, have the same formalities. Is it okay? Now copy it. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Copy it. What is the formula? Cos d minus cos c. Can you please tell me what is the formula of cos d minus cos c? Write down limit h tends to be 0. Cos d minus cos c, let me know. 2 sine.
2 sine c plus d by 2 into sine c
What
minus d by
is
2.
c here? C
X.
is x. C plus d. C plus d. This is d. C plus d by 2. Then sine c minus d. C minus d by 2. I have just put into formula, nothing else I have done here. If you don't understand, please talk to me. Okay. Now we see, have you copied it?
Yes, sir.
Now you see limit h tends to be 0. We are getting 2 sine 2x plus h by 2, 2x plus h by 2. Is it? Then it is xx will be omitted. You see, x and x will be omitted. So we are getting sine of minus h by 2. That is, we can write here minus sine h by 2. You are getting it or not? Talk to me. It is sine of minus h by 2. That means minus sine h by 2. There's a formula. Now, like the previous math, what will you do? You write down minus limit
Sir,
h
x
by
plus h হইতো না x minus h কেমনে হইলো?
I'm not getting you. This one,
Yes, sir.
formula
ঠিকই তো আছে।
d minus c.
ও আচ্ছা, বুঝেছি।
Okay. So this minus has been taken at first. Now we can write here h by 2 tends to be 0. Sine h by 2 by h by 2. Okay. Into limit h tends to be 0. Sine 2x plus h by 2. Talk to me. You see, this 2 is here. Okay. If it is multiplied, then it will be inversed. So then 2 will be in the numerator. Now, the side note, since h tends to be 0, every time you have to give the side note since h tends to be 0. Therefore, h by 2 tends to be 0. Every time, in every math, you have to give this side note. Okay. Now, what you are getting here, it is minus 1. And here it is. Can you please let me know? Can you put the value of h equals to 0?
Yes,
If I put h equals to 0, then 0. 2x by 2, that is x. We are getting sin x. That is our answer is sin x. So if anywhere from 2D onward, we see this part, fx equals to cos x, then we will easily write minus sin x. Okay? Now we are going to do math of tan x. Tan x. Okay? Write down. Let fx equals to 10x. Therefore, f of x plus h equals to 10 of, right? We know d by dx fx is equal to limit h tends to be 0. It has also proof. How does it come? X plus h minus fx. This is the formula. Therefore, d by dx 10x is equal to limit h tends to be 0. You put the value here, 10 of x plus h minus 10x by h. Are you getting it or not? Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
But we don't have any formula of 10c minus 10d or 10d minus 10c. We don't have any formula. Then what should we do? You see, limit h tends to be 0. This is 1 by h. 1 by h. Now we can write it like this. Sine x plus h by cosine x plus h minus sin x by cosine x. Let me know where you have failed to understand. I think you have copied it. After that, we can write down limit h tends to be 0. What the common can be taken here? I mean, sorry, LCM. Cosine is it? That means we are getting in the numerator sine x plus h into cos x minus cos of x plus h into sin x. Am I right?
আর স্যার একটা 1/h আছে না?
Yes,
1/h টা কোথায় গেল?
I will give it. Is it okay? Now you give here 1/h here. Okay? Now is it okay? Or you can give 1/h here, not a matter. Is it okay? Okay. Limit h tends to be 0. You write down 1/h at first. Now, what the formula in the numerator? Can you please let me know? Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b equals to what? Sin of a minus b. A minus b. Can you please talk to me? The numerator can be put into formula of sin a cos b minus cos a sin b, that is sin of a minus b, right? Formula number 2. Now we see this will be omitted. So we'll be left with only sin h. So we can write here limit h tends to be 0, sin h by this h into limit h tends to be 0, 1 by cos into cos x. Now you put the formula here. It is 1 and it is, as it is cosine, so we can put the value because cosine 0 is not 0. So 1 by h equals to 0. So we are left with cos x into cos x. That means 1 by cos square x, that is sec square x. So differentiation of tan x is sec square x. From now onward, if we see anywhere d by dx tan x, then we can write it is equal to sec square x. Is it okay?
Yes,
All of you.
sir.
Now, suppose you are given the math cosec x. You do it. Let fx equal to cosec x. Okay. F of x plus h cosec of x plus h. We know d by dx fx is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of x plus h minus fx by h. Now you put the value d by dx. What is fx? Is cosec x is equal to limit h tends to be 0 cosec x plus h cosec x. Is it okay? Now just let you know what should we do. There is any formula of cosec c minus cosec d? We don't have any formula. But we have another option. Limit h tends to be 0. We can do the math like this. It is suppose 1 by h. In this way, you have to write 1 by h into, this is what? This is what? Cosec x plus h means what? Can you please tell me? 1 by sine x plus h minus 1 by sine x. Have got it or not? Suppose you forget this part. This is 1 by h. You forget the denominator now. Cosec theta means 1 by sine theta. Cosec theta means 1 by sine theta. Is it okay? Nothing is hard here. Now you see, which is equal to limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h into, you get the LCM here, sine x plus h into sine x. And in the denominator, what you are getting? Can you please let me know? Sine x minus sine of x plus h. Right? Which can be written again. Limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h into, what is the formula? Sine c minus sine d. previous first formula, 2 cosine, today's first formula, 2 cosine C plus D, C plus D by 2 sine C minus D by 2. 2 cosine C plus D by 2 sine C minus D by 2. This can be kept as it is, no functioning over there, because we cannot put it into any formula. We cannot put. Actually, we are left with here, minus minus will be omitted. So we can write here limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h, okay, into 2 cosine 2x plus h by 2, okay, into minus sine h by 2 into sine by sine x plus h into sine x. Now, as usual, this minus will be taken, or d10 will be written at first, minus limit h by 2 tends to be 0. You write down here sine h by 2 by h by 2. You see, this is h and this 2 has been taken here. Okay? And we are left with here limit h tends to be 0. We are left with here cosine 2x plus h by 2 by sine of x plus h sine x. The sign note will be given here, h tends to be 0. Therefore, h by 2 tends to be 0. What is the sign note? H tends to be 0, so h by 2 tends to be 0. Now we get its value is minus 1 into, you put the value of h equals to 0. So in the numerator it is cosine x, and in the denominator it is sine x into sine x, h equals to 0. So it is sine x into sine x. That means what? Minus cos x by cosine x cot x in 1 by sine x, that is cosec x. We have got. It is the answer. Talk to me. Dear students, in all the examinations, a proof of this type is always given. I mean proof by first principle. I don't know you are there or not. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Ji sir, achi.
Yes, sir.
Now we are going to do sec x. What is to do at first? Write down, let fx equals to sec x. Therefore, f of x plus h sec of x plus h. We know d by dx fx is equal to limit h tends to be 0. Then use the formula f of x plus h minus fx by h. Okay. Now, please put the value d by dx, fx equals to what? Sec x, limit h tends to be 0. F of x plus h equals to what? Sec of x plus h minus fx, sec x by h. Like the previous math, you can continue doing this math. That is, it is to be converted into cosine. So we can write like this, limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h into sec x means what? 1 by cosine x plus h minus 1 by cosine x. Okay. Now, like the previous math, we can get the LCM here. That means we are getting the calculation now. It is limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h, 1 by h. Now LCM, cosine x plus h by cosine x. That is cosine x minus cosine x plus h. Which means limit h tends to be 0, formula. Let me know cos d minus cos c. Cos d, it is d, it is c. Cos d minus cos c to sine c plus d. C plus d by 2 sine c minus d. C minus d by 2. We don't have any functioning on the part of denominator. Now we see limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h. It is 1 by h into, you write down 2 sine, it is what? 2x plus h by 2. It is what? Only sine h by 2. That is cosine x plus h cosine x. For us, we have come to the end. That means limit h by 2 tends to be 0. We can write here sine of h by 2 by h by 2. You see, this is h in the denominator. This is 2 in the numerator. Here it is 2. If I give multiplication sign, it will be inversed. That is called inverted row. Then we are left with, you see, limit h tends to be 0. We are left with in the numerator sine 2x plus h by 2. And in the denominator, we are left with cosine x plus h cosine x. Side note, h tends to be 0. So h by 2 also tends to be 0. Okay, now the value of this part is 1 into, you put the value here, h equals to 0, so we are getting sin x. Here h equals to 0, we are getting cos x, cos x. Sin by cos equals to tan x. 1 by cos equals to sec x. Math is done. Is it okay to all?
Ji, sir.
Now we are left with only cot x. Write down cot x. In the same way, we can do the math. Let fx equals to cot x. Therefore, f of x plus h is equal to cot of x plus h. We know d by dx, f of x is equal to limit h tends to be 0. F of x plus h minus fx by h. Now put the value here. Limit h tends to be 0. It is what? Cot of x plus h minus cot x by h. Can you do this math? Can you? Limit, it is 1 by h, second bracket, it is what? Cot theta equals to what? Cos by sine minus cos x by sin x. Very easy and simple calculation. Now carry on. Then we can write like the previous one, limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h into the LCM, sine of x plus h into sin x. Here sin x cosine x plus h minus cos x sin x plus h. The numerator now can be put into formula. Formula number 2. What is the formula? In the exam, normally the students become confused. Which on A, which on B? Okay, anyway, limit h tends to be 0, 1 by h into sin A cos B minus cos A sin B equals to sine of A minus B. Talk to me. That is, we are getting here this omitted, right? So we are getting sine of minus theta, that is equal to minus sine theta. Limit h tends to be 0, sine h by h we are getting the formula into limit h tends to be 0, 1 by sine of x plus h into sine x. Now we can write down here minus 1 into put h equals to 0, sine x, sine x. Sine square x, right? That is cosec square x. So we are getting minus cosec x square x. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We have proved all those 6, and remember one thing, one of these 6 always will be given in the exam. Please try to understand. Okay, so before every exam, you must go through this because it needs limit, it needs trigonometric formula. Okay, and this is the basic part. So what you have got today, number 1, d by, write down all of you again, d by dx sine x is equal to what? Cosine x, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. D by dx tan x equals to
Six
what?
square x.
Then d by dx sec x equals to what?
Tan x into seconds.
Same thing. Sec x, tan x, sec, not a matter. Okay. Number 4, d by dx cosine x equals to what?
Minus sin x.
Minus sin x. Number 5, d by dx cot x equals to what?
Minus cosec.
Minus cosec square x.
Number 6, d by dx cosec x.
So minus cosec x cot x.
These 6 you have got today, right? Can you remember, please? Normally, all the teachers and all the students have tendency to write down cosine after sine, but I have not written that. Have you seen? After sine, we normally used to write down cosine, right? But I have not written that. You see, co-pattern, co. It is what I am going to show you. This is from my side. Co-pattern. I told you co-sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, cosecant, right? If at first there is co, then all will be negative. This is the first formula from my side to you all. Please try to understand. There is no co here, but in these 3 there is co. So at first, if there is any co, it will be minus. One thing is gone. Very good. Tan x sec square x. So if it is co, then it will be co. It is co, so it is co. I mean, it is, if it is cotangent, that means cot. So it will be cosecant square x. Cosec square x. Have you seen? I have just put co. You see sec, cosec. You see, I have put here co. Have you seen co? Only co, nothing else. You please try to understand. If it is sec square x, then it will be cosec square x. If it is sec x tan x, it will be cosec x cotangent, like this. And for sine, cosine, so it is vice versa, sine and cosine for differentiation, and equal and negative, opposite sign. Please try to understand.
Yes.
I
sir.
mean, if you write here co, then what will be cosine? If it is co will be omitted, so it will be sine. Cosine, it will be sine. Everywhere in trigonometry, this co-system and co-pattern is really very, very effective. I think you have got me. So what you have come to know, if there is co, it will be negative. And this part, if you know this part only, then you can write down this part. If you know this part, you can write down this part. If you know this part, you can write down this part. Remember one thing, if there is co, it will be negative. Okay? I think all of you will practice this all 6 trigonometric function at home again and again. Is it or not?
Yes. Sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. I am going to do a math, not math, proof again. E to the power x. What I told you? E to the power x. Yesterday I told you something regarding e to the power 2x. You see, similarly we can write down let fx is equal to e to the power x. Therefore, f of equals to what? Let me know. E to the power. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
What is the formula? D by dx e to the power x is equal to what? Sorry, d by dx fx equals to what? Limit x tends to be 0. F of, is it? Talk to me, all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Therefore, you can write down, therefore, d by dx e to the power x is equal to, we are getting here, limit h tends to be 0, e to the power x plus h minus e to the power x by h. Do up to this, then I'm going to complete.
করেছি স্যার।
লিখেছি।
Okay. What is meant by this? Very easy and simple math, which is equal to limit h tends to be 0. Always you have to write in this pattern, 1 by h. Always you write down. Okay, now see what can be done here. E to the power x plus h means what? Can you write e to the power x into e to the power h minus e to the power x? Can you please let me know that I am right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are always right.
Oh my god. Anyway, very good. Who was that?
নাজিবা স্যার, আপনি ওর ভয়েস এখনো চিনতে পারলেন না?
You three have the same voice. Okay, anyway, we are getting e to the power x common. Then we are left with e to the power h minus 1. Right? Talk to me. I have taken e to the power x common. Okay? So actually what we are getting here, we are getting limit h tends to be 0, e to the power x by h. Can you let me know what is the formula of this part? E to the power x, 1 plus h by 1 factorial h square by 2 factorial h cube by 3 factorial. Am I right? Highest power of h, right? Up to highest power of h. Minus. Okay, I'm writing. That's okay. Very good. Minus 1. Then a second bracket is to be given. Have you got it? So this is plus 1 and this is minus 1 will be omitted. Is it? Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. They always have tendency they have to write down terms containing higher power of h. Anyway, now we can write down limit. Okay, it is e to the power x. This h will be omitted. 1 h will be omitted. H by 2 factorial. It will be omitted. H square by 3 factorial. They have tendency to write down terms containing higher power of x. Higher power of h. What is meant by that? That is, the terms will get here all there will be h everywhere. Okay. Terms containing higher power of h. That is h4 by something, h5 by something, h to the power 100 by something, this type of. Now you put h equals to 0, you see it will be 0, it will be 0. So we will get only e to the power x into 1. E to the power x into 1. That is what? That is equal to e to the power x. And yesterday I told you that e to the power x is differentiation is e to the power x. Can you remember, please? But all of you failed to get it. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
That's good. Now I am going to do a math of, they have not done the original math. Okay, a to the power x. Suppose the math is given not e to the power x, but if it is given a to the power x, then what will happen? Okay. Let fx is equal to e to the power x. Therefore, f of x plus h is equal to e to the power, right? We know d by dx fx is equal to limit x tends to be 0, f of x plus h minus f of x. Okay. Now you see d by dx e to the power x is equal to limit. Anything wrong? Anything wrong?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, then f of x plus h equals to what? A to the power x plus h minus a to the power x by s. You have to do the math like the previous one. Okay, what will you do? We can write down here limit x tends to be 0, a to the power x into a to the power h minus a to the power x by this. Is it? Or not? Now we can easily take common. A to the power x can be taken common. Limit a to the power x can be taken common. A to the power x by h. That is, we are left with. Now, what is the formula of a to the power h? Who can tell me what is the formula of a to the power h? Can you please let me know? Is there anyone here? Limit h tends to be 0, a to the power x. Now, it is 1, same formula, 1. What was for e to the power x? Let me know. What was for e to the power x?
1 plus 1 divided by h factorial.
Please be okay. 1 plus
H by 1 factorial plus
very good.
h square plus by 2 factorial.
It was right, but only ln a. Ln a will be added. Suppose it is h square by 2 factorial. It's okay, but ln a will be added. Yeah, it is a square, so it will be a square. Please try to understand. Suppose it should be h cube by 3 factorial, but okay, there will be ln a whole cube. Are you getting me or not? Talk to me. Now, this is done, but there is -1. This is -1. So we must give here third bracket. We must give here third bracket. Please try to understand. 1 and 1 will be omitted. You see, this one and this one will be omitted. Now, if we divide, you see limit h tends to be 0, divide by h. So it is only 1. It is only 1. So ln a. There is a to the power x. It is only ln a. It is h by 2 factorial ln a whole square. It is h square by 3 factorial ln a whole cube plus dot 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 terms containing higher power of h. That means in every term we will get h. Now you put h equals to 0. It is 0. It is 0. So everything will be 0. But we are left with this ln a. And we have a to the power x. So we have the answer ax ln a. Okay.
স্যার লন এ কেন দিলাম?
It is ln a.
না মানে স্যার সেকেন্ড লাইনে লন এ কেন দিলাম?
আর
It is a
এখানে ই নেই বলে কি আমরা এখানে লন এটা ইউজ করলাম?
Yes, you are absolutely right. There is a formula of ex, and it is now ax. So it is not the same. Ax means what? It may be 2 to the power x. Ax means what? It may be 8 to the power x. Have you got it? Then a is 8. So ln 8 it will be. So there is difference, okay? But for your kind information, you don't know it. For e to the power x, it is also ln. But ln e 1. But ln e whole square 1. But ln e whole cube 1. Have you got me? For e to the power x, there is also ln e, but ln e equals to 1. That I told you. Hello, everybody. Yesterday I told you ln e equals to 1.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For e to the power x, there is also ln. Ln e equals to what? 1. I think you have got me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
স্যার আপনি রেগে গেলেন কেন?
Koi. In my life, I never become angry. You have wrong conception.
Oh, really? আপনি
Yes.
কখনো রাগ করেন নাই?
No. Okay. Now, the most important math. Ln x. Ln x. Or math is ln x. Very good, not a matter. Let fx equal to what? Ln x. Therefore, f of x plus a is equals to what? Ln of x plus s. Is it? Is it okay? Therefore, we know d by dx fx is equal to limit h tends to 0. We are getting f of can you do it? Hello. This is limit h tends to 0. Ln x plus a is ln minus ln x. Now let me know how to do. It is subtraction, right? So normally what will happen? It will be divided. Am I right? Hello, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you see, if you go for calculating, we'll get on base ln xx will be omitted, so it will be okay. Xx will be omitted. Partial fraction. Okay. Now, can you please let me know yesterday what was the formula of ln 1 plus x? Ln 1 plus x, what was the formula? 1 minus x square by 2, then x cube by 3, then can you remember please?
Minus x to the power 4 by 4 plus dot dot dot.
Can you remember? I think you don't practice maths at home.
স্যার
Okay.
শুরুতে x হবে না 1 এর জায়গায়?
I think you don't practice math at home. Do you practice maths at home?
জি স্যার করি।
I am talking to you all.
জি
Yes.
স্যার করি।
করি।
Okay, then you all could tell me. Limit h tends to be 0. It is 1 by x. Now put it into formula. What will be? Here for x, we have h by x. Have you seen? So it is to be written 1 by h, second bracket, h by x minus h by x whole square into 1 by 2 plus h by x whole cube into 1 by 3. Are you getting me? Minus, sorry, if you don't get me, please talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Actually, for x, we have put h by x. Nothing else we have done. Now, you divide by h. So, we'll be left with here, what will you get? Only 1 by x minus here h by 2x square. Here h square by 3x cube. Are you getting it? Now you put h equals to 0. It is 0. It is 0. There is everywhere h, so it is 0. So we are getting actually only 1 by x. Talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
স্যার এটাই কি লাস্ট ম্যাথ?
Log a base x. It can be written, write down, log a base e into log e base x. Talk to me, all of you. Is
Yes,
it? You see, e will be omitted, so ax will be left. When the base of log is e, what can be called it? Ln into ln x. Have you got me?
Yes, sir.
Now, what will you do? What will you do now? You will just differentiate ln x like the previous math. It is constant term as there is no x, right? So you will differentiate ln x like the previous one. So we are getting d by dx log a base x is equal to it is 1 by x. It is log it will be given in the examination proof. If it is given, you have to find this at first. At first, you will find what I did for the last math, right? Then you will do this. Can you or not? Can you do?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If this math is given, what will you do at first? You will find ln x by the first principle. Then you will do this part. So, no formula is there, but I am giving you some homework at home. Please write down. All the formula have been done. You will find by the first principle, you will find sine 2x, write down. Sine 2x. fx equals to sine 2x. Same way, you will find e to the power mx. You will find cosine 2x. Okay, I am giving you some maths. You will find sec ax by the